Yep. It's that time again. I'm back. I've just got the itch. I felt like playing, and wouldn't you know it, I swapped screens last night and did all kinds of jamming and waving at people and stuff, and none of it was on the stream because I went full on DAW and didn't realize it for the whole stream. So yeah, what's up? I'm kind of playing with the same song, just for shits and giggles. I want to get some visual record of what I did in case I forget how to play it, because that's been known to happen to me quite a bit. So, what am I playing? I'm playing that this song that I've been working on recently, and I'm gonna go a little bit riff by riff, and then try to put it together a little bit. Let's see what I do. The first riff is like an intro, and it's just like. Something like that, and then there's another part. How does it go? Seems kind of simple, right? There's just two notes and two notes, but there's that other part that layers with it that I like. So put together, they sound pretty cool. So yeah, I'm just gonna see. I'm gonna hit the drums and see what kind of playthrough I can get out of it. Hey, Kubrick, I'm gonna try to pay attention tonight and actually stay on camera for most of this show. I swear. Thanks for hanging out with me last night. Nobody said a word, but whatever. So yeah. So like I said a second ago, I just want to get some video of me playing these riffs, so I have some kind of visual record. I should probably turn this virtual thing off so I can actually see me playing it. Can I do that midstream? Is that possible? With StreamYard? You know what? You sure bet you can. Cool. Alright, so now no more zoning in and out of the friggin' fretboard here on the green screen, the fake green screen. As you can see back here, I have one. Tried it, and it ends up more grainy. The cutout is better with the fake one on StreamYard than the green screen on StreamYard for some reason. Maybe I've got a cheap one. I don't know. Not that important to me, so I don't really worry about it too much. So yeah, I'm just messing around with the same song I was working on last night. Oh, you know what I did? I started right off with the wrong friggin' fret. Ah, I'm off. Something like that. I'm just screwing around. I actually recorded that. Where did it go though? Of course, I'm not sharing that screen right now because I don't want to screw up like I did last night. Where did it? It didn't record it. It had to have. Where did it go? That's just weird. Why did it do that? Huh. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, it messed it up. Well, that's weird. Let's do it here. Mute that. I don't even want to begin to try to describe what just happened. I have no idea. That was weird. One more time, we'll try it with the pick, and we'll try it again without. Something like that. I actually kicked into that differently than last time and it worked. Instead of jumping up to the first, I did the second half of that first, which was already, I was already right there. Instead of the, it was the, yes, I like it starting down there first. That's smoother. I can keep up with the cadence a little bit better starting there. That kind of worked. Hey, it's Midnight Bandit. What's up, buddy? Heck yeah. I'm just screwing around. I just did a take kind of just for fun with my pick. Now, like, I'm going to try to do a second layer without it. And at that last riff I just did, instead of doing the, I'm going to try to do the layered one in this run instead of having it as a separate track. So I'm going to jump from the right into the oops. So yeah, and I think that'll work. Heck yeah. Okay, I'm gonna try that. Let's see if I can mix these together. Pick and no pick. Let me make sure it's going on the right friggin' line this time. I'm gonna put it on. Of course, I'm not showing the DAW at the moment. Why not? Let's slap the DAW up there a little bit. So there's the mess I've created on this page. Let's see if I can do the no pick version. Oh, you know what? I wasn't even playing the other one anyway, so I wouldn't have missed it. I wouldn't have known if I missed it. Damn. Let's just keep that for a second. Let's mute it. Let's try to play along to the other one this time. Oops. Clickety, clickety, clickety. I missed it. I missed it. Let's just keep that. Where did it go? Where the hell did that one go? Oh dear. What have I done? I don't know where that... Whatever. Let's, we'll do another one. Why not? Yeah, this is how unprofessional we are around here. We don't have a clue. We don't give a fucking damn. Anyway. Not my best, not my best run. But as trying to play it all out as a single track, you know what I mean, instead of just trying to play the riffs and piece it together, that wasn't too shabby. Of course, there's no real format yet. I don't know how many times to play each riff, you know what I mean, before switching over. And we have fried chicken and potato salad, everybody. She just ran away. Yeah, the sweet tones. Last night I kept saying that I was gonna save the setting on the floor on the pedal that I adjusted. I'm gonna save the setting so I don't have to keep trying to match shit. And after the stream, having still not set it, before I shut the power down, I set it. So it's the same as it was last night. And yeah, it's the other setting I use and I play in has a more higher pitched, high tinny range kind of sound, more ear piercing. And this one has the more of the lower scratchy chugs, but they're clean. You can hear them. So like more, you know, like a heavier metal sound, I guess. That's what I was going for. I think that part kind of has that Lamb of God kind of tone to it. That makes me think of Lamb of God a lot. I don't know why. I think they slam down their strings a lot lower than I do, but I think it has that similar tone. So fuck yeah, thank you. I think it sounds cool. I don't know what else to do. I was gonna mess around and start because further up, let me show you. Further up on this DAW, I'm probably gonna have to sort out some ones. It probably recorded some tracks in the middle where I didn't have anything. So I'm gonna have to find the right tracks and isolate them all again. But I can see they're all chopped up. Let me enlarge this. They're all chopped up and segmented, I think, so that I can keep each, like the drum part that corresponds with this riff, that corresponds with this riff. If I label them all, I can keep them all corresponding with each other, and zip them on over to a format where I can share it, like with my phone or with friends or something in the future. But anyway, so yeah, again, some weird plans, but I haven't really announced anything yet, so I haven't said anything about what's really going on to many people, especially not the community here. So sweet. Oh yeah, we got a friggin' online collab happening right here as we go. Look at that, playing along. Hell yeah. I be honest with you, I did that I think a couple weeks ago with one of my tracks. I was listening to Dan Anderson. I don't know if you guys know Dan Anderson. Some of you follow him. I know Kubrick, you follow him. He was playing, and I put my phone down. I set up my rig, and I put my phone down and tipped my microphone down over the phone so I could hear him along with me. And I started like doing duets and shit along with him, and it sounded so cool. I ended up shutting down his stream and recording, and I uploaded the track. I can't remember which one it was. I'll have to look at. I think it was Creating Chaos, maybe, or it might have been the one before. I can't. But it came out really cool. It was all just because I was jamming along with someone else. I didn't play anything that he played, but it was stuff I played along with him that separately sounded pretty cool. So yeah, props to him for inspiring me. I listen to him quite often. So what am I gonna do? Did anybody notice the drum fill I added? I don't know if I noticed that from previous versions. There's a spot that like it got quiet because it went from like a long note, the friggin', and then right, and it created this pause that really didn't kind of fit. It stayed in tempo, but this pause shouldn't have really happened. I should have let the note ring. Honestly, I didn't know what I was playing, so when I stopped, I just held it for a second and then stopped the recording to see where to go next. But so I found this. Let me solo this out. Where'd it go? I know there's another solo out there. It is. I don't want to hear any of this. I don't want to hear any of this stuff I just recorded. That's for me to tinker with later. I might find a better sounding version of one of the loops and rip that up instead, you know what I'm saying? But okay, right here in the drum part, it has this little, just one little thing I grabbed the other night. In less than 5 minutes I slammed it in there. Just that one little piece, and it friggin', it made it like it punched into the next one. It fixed it exactly. It made it punch the next drum riff in. It got rid of that gap, and I was like, holy crap. So that's when I ended up friggin' going back to this original version because it started sounding good. But yeah, So I think I've pretty much played all the versions, all the parts except for the intro. Alright, let's take the solo off the drums. See if I screwed this up. I think some of my recordings ended up here in the tracks they shouldn't have been in. Yeah, that one was one of them. Yeah, that little bam, that was cool. Yeah, see, when I recorded that, you see it's very repetitive. I did it on purpose to try to create a spot for, you know, like a vocal cadence, or, you know what I mean, some kind of inspiration. I mean, these riffs could change. I could change from the friggin' to something like we could do a whole step, you know, or, you know what I mean. Anything could change. I don't know. I'm just jotting shit down and seeing what happens. But let's let me do something else here. And I think I'm gonna put the guitar down in a minute and start like showing maybe how I grab these files and set them up for iOS and whatnot, and put them on GarageBand, and maybe link up my phone and show the GarageBand for a little bit, just as a demonstration of what I got in mind and how to swap files back and forth. But I would like to re-record the drums because they were unsteady. But for what I'm doing, I'm hoping to have another drummer come in and swap out real drums for these drum parts, so I'm not really that concerned at this point as far as the quality of the drums. I'm using them pretty much to keep myself in tempo and keep a good, decent cadence. But I'm never gonna find the ones I used, because the way I did it, and I didn't save it. What did I do? I did this tap to find thing. I just went, and then I see how it quantized it automatically, and I just changed that back up to 16, and then show anything that's like that remotely. Yeah, and I sit here and I mess around. Let me turn this down a little bit for now. I sit here and just go through them and try to find something I could maybe just riff off of. Oh, I'm getting closer to the one I used. Hold on. I think it was a... That one's different, but you know what I mean? It's got that steady cymbal or crash, you know, give me a tempo to kind of, and I could, let's turn this up so I can hear it again. And just screwing around like that, I'll record myself, and you know what I mean. And then I'll start grabbing, like, maybe this one part sounded really cool, and I'll grab that and grab a, and then I'll find a different drum beat and do a couple more and find something that, within like the range of pattern and style or scales or key, you know what I mean, by ear, that kind of would fit in, and grab that and throw that in, and it's all just random, dude. And I start piecing this together, and this is the one I've been coming up with recently. I'm digging it, and I'm digging plans for how it may turn out. Anyway, but yeah, that was fun. I was actually having fun. I think I'm gonna jam a minute. No structure, no rhyme, no reason. Hey, sounds familiar. I'm just gonna throw that down here in the bank for later, just as an idea. What's this one? Too crashy. There's a mellow one. Here we go. I think I'm gonna do something silly. Now here's the thing, my issue with this, this DAW is outdated, and I never got the producer pack when it was available. So, I can't add attachment, or what do you call them? It's a VST instruments, or what the hell are they called on the Apple thing? The extensions there, the extensions or whatever. And because you're supposed to be able to edit this MIDI in the DAW. Like, I could grab one and like I could take away a couple of kick hits or add a few hi-hat. You could totally adjust everything. I can't do that, so I'm just recording them as waves, cutting them back into loops and messing with them and jamming over them. Which is kind of pathetic, but hey, work with what we got, right? In order to do that, I gotta friggin' adjust my interface to some loopback feature, which cuts my mic down and stuff for a second, so hold on. turn that loop back feature off, and I have my mic back, and I have a decent drum track up here now. I just gotta recut it into a loop and mess around. So I have no idea what I was gonna do. I came on, I was gonna do something, and now I'm doing something else. And you know, whatever. It is what it is. I still gotta work on transferring those files, but I'm having too much fun right now. That's what I love about music. Yeah, it's just so fun. You never know what might happen. It's like Bob Ross with their happy little acts. Oh, what did I do? Undo that. It didn't split. It didn't split. See, what was that? 8 bars? Yeah, so we're right to the beginning of 9. Bear with me one more moment. As I rip off Easy Drummer. It's okay, when you buy that shit, you're licensed to use it, so that's why I don't mind using them. Supposedly, you're supposed to be able to use it without copyright issues for anything. And I just copy and paste it. I hit paste like a random number of times. So that's how I end up with how many riffs I have in a track or whatever. It's all just so random. If I start working on it and start mixing and matching and swapping shit around, then, you know, it becomes structured. But usually I just stretch out some, grab a new one, stretch out some, and just jam along with it and see what happens. Oops, it's already open. Gonna cause an error. It was already open. Stop. That was too quiet. I need some playback volume here. No idea what I'm gonna do, but I like the groove, so. See, something stupid and simple like that, real quick, random, totally random, right? Watch this. This is why I love doing this. Let's just grab, I think I messed up a little bit in the end there, so let's just grab that many bars, that much. Uh-oh. There's gonna be a gap. Hold on. Yeah, screw it. We're gonna go with it and see what it sounds like just for fun. Just for fun. I could have gone on forever until I found a couple of better little jams that I like better, but I'm kind of pushing time here. Just to goof off. and just sit there and do random shit until I find one that sounds good. There's that gap. Anyway, that one's not all that impressive, if you ask me. So let's mute that. I don't know. What should I do? Should I keep going or start messing with my files like I planned? That's kind of mellower. Interesting. And of course, I'm not paying attention to clipping and timing. I'm just goofing off for a moment. Oh, that's right, that's right. I didn't do it good. There's the good one. Where is that gap? Where is that gap? That's making me mad. This one actually almost sounds good. It's making me mad. There's a gap. I gotta pay more attention to this here. Put that there. There's the gap. Shit. Shit. Come on, don't be like that. I want it right there. Voila. Maybe that'll sound a little better. Anyway, that was interesting. Again, just off the cuff, making shit up. I didn't record any of that, so that was all exclusive for you. Just for fun. Just for hanging out, being cool, and chilling. So, this whole iOS to friggin' Windows business is a pain in the behind. Tell you what. Let me just name this real quick. And let's go back to the loop file. Here we go. So this one was a new take. That I need to move that down. That wasn't supposed to be there. That was just me messing around tonight. There we go. One of the ones that disappeared. I think those are the only ones unmuted now, are the correct ones. Oh, no, that one's not muted. Okay. So, yeah. How am I going to do this? Oh, let's the first part. What is the first? Let me turn it down a little bit so I'm not cranking in your ears. Alright, so initially I want to do the drum. You see how it starts halfway through? It's an 8-bar drum part, and the first riff and everything starts before it. I mean after it, a full bar or whatever, half a riff, a drum riff, whatever this is. Every time I stretch it out and move it out, the numbers change, so it's hard for me to sit here and say 1 bar, 2 bars. Let me see, what is it? So yeah, it's 2 bars. The whole thing's 4 bars, but I started it halfway through. I could slice it there and do that as the first file. Will be the first half of the drum. But then no, you know what? I don't have to, because if it's a loop, we can start the rest of the track halfway through the loop if we wanted to. We could align it quarter of the way through the loop if we wanted to. As long as the beats sync up, it should be alright. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mute this drum track, this first part of it anyway. I mean solo it, I mean. So nothing else happens. And then I need to drag this end and start marker just to right there. Oh, to 4 bars. Come on. Don't be acting up on me again. I was doing that a lot last night. 4 bars. There we go. Because now when I export that, it's only going to export that wave file from there to there, the 4 bars. And that continues one. Oh, I did something here. I split one in half. I split it here for some reason. What did I do? I did all kinds of stuff. Oh goodness. Oh yeah, there's another. Oh, that's right. The drum part and over here, I liked the sound of it in the beginning, so I grabbed them and moved them over here last night. I did the same thing to the original file after I shut down. So that's easy enough. Just friggin' export as a wave. And we need to name it. Oh, what am I going to name this? I was going to call it Loop Run for now. Typos. Loop Run. drum riff 1. Okay. And so that repeats and then starts here, drum riff 2. Which is only 2 bars. So when I take these and put them in the live loops table, then it doesn't matter how many times. You can let it go 100 times. Or, you know what I mean? You can format it any way you want afterwards. So I find it easier to do it that way. Because you can sit there and do it live, listen to it. You can get the feel for how many times let's only do it, instead of doing it 5 times, let's only do it 4. Or Mark's gas station. Yo. What's up? Thanks for hanging out. Missed a little of the jammy stuff in the beginning. Now we're getting kind of squirrely with the technical crap. So see, I moved this over, continuing on with my thought here. I moved this over, shrunk it down to 2 bars, because we used that one 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. I doctored this one, so we're going to have to mess with this one a little bit. But this will be drum riff 2, right? As far as this whole logic goes, so this one. Loop run 1. Oh. Staying with the old name. Loop run drum riff 2. Yes. So and they're saving they're saving right to my desktop over on the other side here. I'm gonna end up putting them in a separate folder, packaging them up real nice, neat. But for now, I toss them on the desktop so I can find them all. So there's drum riff 2. Drum riff 2. I think that drum riff 1 and 2 is the intro guitar part. So we'll have to check out how this is. That's all one, and that's all one take. That's easy enough. That might sound cool as a loop on its own. Let's check. I'm just curious. Let's solo this guitar out. It's clipped really well. That worked really well as a loop. I wouldn't be surprised if that turned into a longer vocal section, because it's got more of a slower melodic vibe to it, where instead of all the chugging, you know what I mean, the angry stuff or whatever, aggressive stuff. So I think this would be more a riff that would follow along with some more smoother vocals, maybe throw in, dare I say, some growling or a little higher screaming, some layered vocals or some food for thought. You know what I'm saying? Food for thought. Keep that in mind. So that could be a good spot for something like that. And of course, if some lyrics come about that don't quite fit the cadence or the progression, it can change. There's nothing written in stone. This is all just for shits and giggles, See what happens. Now I could throw both of these together, because like earlier in the stream I played it with and without a pick to layer them up, and that's what I've done here. And I could send them as a separate file together so that they stay corresponding with each other no matter what, where you place it. But that limits some of the EQ and editing capability, mixing, mastering. So I think I'm going to keep them individual and just label them in a way that I know they correspond with each other so they don't mismatch certain ones. And sometimes it actually helps to mismatch. I did that by accident, and you ended up using it as a song, part of a song, and one thing where it was something slow like this, but also I'm just going to do something for shits and giggles to see what it sounds like. Now I think it's right. Where is it? Is it this one? Where is it? I think it's right here. Maybe I'm missing a part. Alright, it was one of these. Alright, it was the, I'll say, just for shits and giggles, see how it sounds with the slower one. Check this out. Sometimes layering stuff like this ends up being really cool too. Okay, I want to solo this one out with it now too. See what I mean? That actually fucking sounded cool, I think. So, you know what I mean? The sky's the limit here, guys. The sky is the limit. Wow, man, that sounded fucking cool too. Now I want to mess around with that. But I'm gonna try to stay on track and carry on. So let's continue with this drum part for now. I know I doctored this when we get drum part 1, drum part 2. Now we got this drum part 2 and a duh. I think I dropped a lead drum fill over half of it to help fill this whole, yeah. In order to keep that way, I could send them to mash together like that, or I could separate it. I like the way it worked. I'm obviously, like I said, I'm not too picky about the drums because they're gonna change via a live drummer, actually, hopefully. Yeah, that really quick roll. That punch in, like Midnight Bandit was talking about. I wonder if I should keep that as its own separate thing, which would make sense because the guitar part, it's clipped there. Why is it grouping them though? Why is it grouping them? That's why. That's why. I got lazy, I didn't clip it. I just stacked it on top because it overrides the one underneath. Non-destructive editing back in 2007. I think that's when. Is that what it says on here? Music Maker 2007. Yep. Imagine that. Way back then. Now I should be able to grab. See, now it corresponds with the doctored drum riff, that long drawn out ending. So yeah, I think I'll do it that way so that they stay corresponding. Okay, alright, so that'll be drum riff 3, I guess. Or actually, it's part of 1, so I want to say 1.5. Or 1A, or 1B. There we go. 1B will be the label for all 3 of these tracks. Guitar 1, B, guitar 2, B. See over here is drum track 2, this will be guitar track 2. Now that's messed up. I split it up so that I could do some shit with it. Now I gotta regroup it into certain parts. But anyway, so we got this the drum part situated. Drum part 2B. Export. Drum riff 2B. Okay. Now, before I get any further, this is the first drum guitar part, but it's been split up. I gotta have a listen and see what I did here. See how I should export it. If I have to do it in sections, or if I can group it all back together, minus the B section at the end that corresponds with that drum thing. Because there is a... I remove that when I use it again over here. So that's why it's all cut up. I remember now. It's all coming back to me. Oh, that is 2 parts. Oh, there is 2 there. Okay. Yeah, so guitar part 1 is that section. Guitar 1 and guitar 2, riff 1 and riff 1. Yes. Guitar 1, guitar 2, guitar 3, guitar 4, before I get them confused. Those are the only all the other stuff below that is graveyard stuff that I clipped and pulled out. None of that's even part of the track. It's just these 5 lines here, and I got a space here underneath so I can start the little highlight box and grab more than one. Okay, so guitar riff 1. It looks like I didn't put enough drum riff 1 in there. I think I'm off by 2 bars because of that intro. That's interesting. I had not noticed that. Seriously. Let's give props. Got all these drum parts from the Easy Drummer 2 app, so we'll lay. Probably can't see it even enlarged, but it's labeled. Take my word for it. Anyway. So yeah, the confusion with the drum. I wanted to hear this. Hold on. Eh, I think I leave it in there like that because it's like it leads in. It's kind of neat the way it overlaps like that. It's gonna be tricky to do in like a loop table, but it's doable, but it's tricky. Trying to plan ahead. Don't mind me as the smoke starts streaming out of my ears. Gears are rolling here. I wonder how it would sound if I. I'd have to clip it in half. That's a full. In order to finish that track, guitar with the guitar, I'll hash that out in a minute. Let's do riff 2. Oh, I gotta do something. That's not what I want. There. I don't want the B part. I just want the main part. And it looks like it repeats. I already clipped it. Yeah. I only need this part. That is guitar riff 2. I haven't done guitar riff 1 yet because it's trying to decide what to do about the overlapping change in the drums. Alright. Everything else muted out. Solo only. It's just this it's a smooth clipping. It loops good, so you know what I mean. It works. Export. This is the stuff that kind of slows me down with production. I get kind of frustrated with how long it takes me to stay focused and actually accomplish my goals. I was like earlier, I just want to jam. I just want to fire up a drum part and record a quick rhythm and jam out over stuff, you know. But then when you start working on a project, you know, you got to think of all this work you got to put into really to make it work. But it's worth it in the end. Loop run. I got to label. I'm labeling. I'm talking and forgetting what I'm doing. Guitar 1, riff 2. Okay. Now the one below it is guitar 2, riff 2. We'll get it. Guitar 2, riff 2. Okay. Now the doctored part, which would be riff 2B, is only 2 bars, I guess. Or is it? Yeah, that is this. That's the front end of this one. This is the duplicate. So yeah, this is, which was, yeah. So that's only using, yes, half the riff. So I need to include that. Yes. the first half of it matches the original drum track. The second half has the doctored. Wait. I think what I really need is only 2 bars. I feel like there's 2 sections to this. There is. Did I save it as 4 bars? I did, didn't I? I believe I did. So that's that one, and that one, and that would be riff 2B. It would have to include the first part of that one. Yes, I believe that would work. That's consistent. Okay, so that is guitar 1 riff 2B. To correspond with drum riff 2B. This is so I can line it all up on the live loops table, and that way when I hit the little triangle at the bottom in GarageBand on the live loops table, it'll play all the corresponding tracks in time with each other for the most part. Loop 1, guitar 1, riff 2B. Okay. Guitar 2, riff 2B. Something like that. Alright, now I the beginning one, the first one, I didn't do the first guitar riff. So that's guitar 1, riff 1. Did I do that? I didn't do guitar 1, riff 1. I think oh, I didn't want to go full screen. I just want to move it over a little bit. Guitar 1, riff. Oh, I wish I could see more of it. Riff 2B. Guitar 2, riff 2B. Guitar riff 1, riff 2. Guitar 2, riff 2. Yeah, so I still need riff 1. I haven't decided because of this overlapping drum thing, but we're not going to worry about the drums, so we're going to go with it. 8 bars. That's what I'm talking about. Thank you, brother. How you doing? I hope everything's going well. Dude, I love the jam earlier today, Dan. I listened to it, most of it at work, and some part of my ride home. Dude, you're never late. You're never late. The fact that you're here means you were meant to be here at the time you were here, dude. And I appreciate you. Alright, what was I doing? Exporting this real quick. Exporting guitar 1, riff 1, right? Getting it ready for GarageBand. Swapping it to iOS. Guitar. Oops. What am I doing? Loop run. Guitar 1. Riff 1. Right? Guitar 1. Riff 1. Okay. Something like that. No, dude. You're awesome. No, you're the man. No, you're the man. No, you're the man. No, dude. No, you seriously though. You got some friggin' killer chops. I dig how you fly around the fretboard. You have a actually better understanding of the fretboard, I believe, than I do. You have a better practice routine. You know what I mean? You had more of a structured. Someone taught you something, and it shows. So kudos to you, man. Anyway, that was Mr. Dan Anderson. Guitar 1, riff 1. Bam. Guitar 2, riff 1. We're almost finished with this section. It keeps coming up as the name of the file I'm taking it from, and not, so I have to keep deleting parts of it and slowing me down here. Guitar 2, riff 1. Okay, so we've gotten all the way up until the doctored drum part, the second heavy part. I'm going to just play a little bit in case anybody lurking wants to hear exactly has missed what we're working on. Let's give it a little more volume here. It's being it's because it's all soloed out. That means the last one I did the wrong track. I gotta go check stuff now. I think I screwed up. Some tasty chuggas, you know. Yeah, I screwed up the I don't know if I screwed up how many I screwed up, but I screwed up. I did. I forgot to swap over which track I was exporting as solo. So even though it was highlighted red, that wasn't what I exported. And I might have done that more than once. Eek. So all the guitar 2s might be wrong. Because I think I had guitar 1 soloed out. So yeah, I'm kind of bummed. I guess I'm gonna start all over. I'm back. It's still going. Holy crapola! I don't know, dude. My whole computer just shut down and restarted, and the stream is still going. It says over an hour and 20 elapsed, and wow. I'm just mind blown now. That just blew. What? What? Everything is friggin' gone. Everything I had going. If I didn't save it, goodbye. That was interesting. I'm pretty sure I saved, but you know. Wow. So I gotta set this all back up. Clickety clickety clickety. There's that. Craziness. Craziness. All the... Okay. That was insane. Let's make sure it's all good. I'm just going to do a playthrough. And I'm going to call it good for the stream for tonight. Because I've obviously got some technical issues to figure out. Oops, that's the wrong button. And, oh, it didn't save after I moved that. Okay, I know that's not supposed to be there. I'll mute that. I know where the last save point was. Just by seeing that there. So I'm going to move it back down where I had it. There. Now we're going to hit save. Ta-da. Anyway. It's got bounce. It can't be that bad. Obviously a lot of mastering and EQ work to be done, but among other things. So yeah, that's some riffage that I'm working on currently. And the vocal parts will be fun. As I'm going to try to do the vocals the same way I did the last time I did any decent vocals, and that was quite a contraption. I gotta find my I got these adapters for microphone lines to 1/4-inch plugs, and hook it up into the guitar iRig so I can use my vocal pedal recording into my phone on GarageBand using that thing, because that's why one of the reasons I want to move these files from my Windows computer to my iOS, so I can start singing along and doing some of the vocal parts for it, and then send it along to where it needs to go for more work, and vice versa, and back and forth it probably will go, but it will be something. But yeah, I don't know what just happened with the whole shutdown. I'm so surprised that I fired the computer back up and the stream is still going. How does that work? Like, the computer went down, but the internet connection stayed running. Just kept. I don't know. That was weird. I've never seen anything like that before. So anyway, thanks for hanging out. I appreciate you got Dan Anderson and Midnight Bandit and Kubrick Lover 1972 and see, and Mark's, what was it, Mark's Oil Mark's Gas Station. Yeah, Mark's Gas Station. I was close. Oil, gas, whatever. Thank you all for checking it out, hanging out with me. I know some of it was kind of boring and tedious. That's the unglamorous part of doing this kind of shit. But you get to see a little bit of what I'm working on, what I plan on, you know what I mean, how I plan on adapting and using stuff. And got to hear me jam out a little bit earlier just for the fun of it. So yeah, I'm going to say that's a wrap, folks. Thanks for hanging out. Peace. Keep rocking.